Marketplace trailer lighting installation. Alright, so this is part 3 of the Facebook trailer. Last week I did the welding, painting, and all the other good stuff. This week we're going to do wiring. I got new trailer lights. I kept with the original round look. I'm hoping the bolt pattern holds up so they can fit in this nice enclosed protected thing. I got wiring. I'll show you that right now. I guess I should turn the lights on in here. Maybe that'll make it better. Boom. Lights. Okay. I got wiring for the trailer. I got 6 conductor, so we can do the standard ground, left, right, running lights, and then blue and red will be for the trailer brakes if and when those get added. I also got my welding helmet's batteries. So I put it back in the garage because it's shaded and sunny outside. I can kick the fan on. I'm going to run the wiring from the front. There's square tubing right here. So to go inside the channel here, it goes all the way to right there. You can see it, the square tubing. And then it comes up here to this square tubing. Comes down. The square tubing opens up here in the center. This is where you would break it off for the brake, for the trailer brakes. And it goes back into the square tubing here to the lights. And then from there, I will look under here. There's more square tubing. So it goes through that square tubing. Really nicely made trailer, that's for sure. So, that's the goal right now. Put the wiring through. I'm also going to change what that license plate is. I'm going to weld a little bracket to the top of this or to the side of this or somewhere to where the license plate will mount underneath this light. I think it'll just look better. That looks like it's going to get hit and broken all the time. I know this trailer parked for about 15 years, which is probably why it's not damaged. But that just seems like a bad spot to have it. Yep, so we'll get to work now. So because this section here got dry rotted, where the rest of the wiring inside both tubes were in good shape down there, I put heat shrink tubing on it right here, so if the sun hits it, it'll be UV resistant. And it'll at least protect the wires a little bit longer. I'm not going to worry so much about the wires down here because they basically don't see sunlight once the tires are on. This is the brake cable wire, or brake wires. I'm going to zip tie it up here so it'll be ready and available whenever we change the backing plates or find magnets. I used this has lubrication. It really made it slide in there easy. I got the wires back here. I gotta go check my trailer. I can't remember which side's yellow, which side's green. And then I'll run another set of wires under in that other tube. Yeah. And then I didn't cut this because why cut it? I'll just split it from the 2 I need, which kind of sucks because the brown is running lights, green or yellow is right. Oh, you know what? They might actually say. No, it doesn't. 6-way, 14 conductor. No, I was thinking maybe that writing said left, right, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. Stop, turn, right, left. So red's going to be the turning and brake, and brown should be the running lights. I'll go ahead and put a connector on this to ground it out at the back of the bolts. Hopefully it's all working out. I'm taking this baling wire and making a U-shape, and then electrical taping, kind of see it there, hold it all together. Then I toss it in the square tube, goes to the other side. I use bathroom cleaner as a lubricant because you really don't want oil. I make a big mess so it soaks it up as I'm pulling it through. Go to this side. Alright. Not working. There we go. Lubricant. Now you pull it through. Nice and easy. Must be plenty to tie into the new light. Now I clean myself up. I know where to cut this end off, and I haven't wasted any of the red and blue. So I got plenty of it left, and it's all in one piece. So I'll tie ground straps together, both whites here, onto the bolt, brown and yellow to this side, and green to that side. So that's where we're at. Alright, we got the trailer lights hooked up, or not hooked up, in and wired up. I did put some wire loom here in the center, even though I don't really need it. That's still the heat shrink tubing, and I am working on the wiring for the front of it now with a 7-pin plug. So that's the next step. Alright, the wiring is done. Nice little 7-pin hookup, all shrink tubed in. Actually, put a little bit more heat on that one, I think. Either way, I'll clean this mess up. But I've got the heat shrink here to keep it from rotting out the stock trailer wires. Wire loom in here. And there's the red and the blue wires in that loom that'll do the brake wires. And then they're also hooked up to the 7-pin connector. I have this little critter here. It's the license plate light that I may or may not use, but I wanted to have a loose wire just so I can connect it if I needed it. I do plan on still moving this plate somewhere here. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do it yet, but it is going to get moved from the center. This here is also done. So, I'm going to go in and have some water. Alright, I made that cute little bracket out of some scrap steel so I can move the license plate from there to here. Might be a bit in the way of the ramp, but I didn't want to stick in too far out of that side. But I can mount it about there, which puts me about 1.5 inches into where the ramps go, which, who cares? They're not gonna hurt nothing. I also plan on registering this out of Arizona, so I'll get the small plate. That'll fit perfect. Okay, so wiring's done, that's done. I got to put my new, so if you recall, I was missing one of these wheel bolts, so I ordered 2. They showed up over the week. And they are perfect. Wheel, rim. I still can't believe the one I got off of Amazon was freaking backwards, where it had wheel and rim incorrectly. These are at least correct. So I gotta do that tire over there, put that one back on, put this tire back on since I'm done with the wiring, clean up my mess, But I think I'm gonna go have lunch real quick. I got this thing off. I'm not sure exactly what it was on the trailer for, but it's off. I used the cutoff blades on the grinder for the top half. I used the big pry bar, split it or bent it out, and then I used the Harbor Freight Sawzall battery powered, full charge to all that cutting, and I still got a half a battery left. So it worked. Like I said, I don't really know what it was on here for. It was looks like welded pretty good. That was solid cutting I had to do. So I got that done. The chains are on, the wiring is on, the license plate is on here on the back side, not in the center anymore. I still got to get that off, so I'm honestly not sure. I tried the vice grips. I may just have to cut it and grind it smooth. But yeah, we're doing it. The lights are done. Everything verified. Tires are on. Rechecked. That little portion is cleaned up and looks better. I do kind of want to find a better way to do that tire. But tomorrow I will be picking up a free boat and boat trailer. So I'm going to try it with this one, not the black trailer. Should be good.